Hey, what's going on, everybody? Pro-Verbs back here again with another reaction video. And today I want to talk about that whole Travis Hunter fiasco and what's going on. The internet is buzzing with it. I'm telling you, it is crazy. Excuse me, but first, before I even give my input, I'm gonna share a series of videos. But first, let me start off with the video that catapulted the whole thing. The video that catapulted the whole thing. The video where she was telling Travis Hunter that he's not her type. So they made this video together. And it's just like, man, it put Homeboy in a bad light. It was just like a wrap after that one, really, honestly. But hey, it is what it is. I guess some people can actually grow to love someone. But I'll save my comments for later in this video. So check this video out right here.
And then after I finally answered him on Instagram, then we texted for like a long time, like another 2 months. And then he was friend zone because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zone?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. And then finally, I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner, and I didn't want to go by myself, so he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then he went with me, and then we was in love.
Yeah, we was in love ever since then. Like, we don't
Literally
next weekend.
Yeah.
No, that was during a week.
It was a Top Golf. That was our first day, Top Golf.
Yeah,
And then
I was still in high school.
Yeah.
And I had school the next day.
The next day.
So you can see in that video, as she stated, that he wasn't her type. You know, she wasn't really feeling the boy like that. He was texting her. He messaged her for about 2 months straight. She left him on red. And then the next 2 months, then she probably started talking to him, but she friend zoned him. So she was not really feeling him like that. But boy, was he persistent. He was persistent. But the thing is, it's like, man, putting that on the internet when y'all together now, it's just making him look bad. It's making him look bad. I mean, if that's your man and you really love him and you say you love him after that, it's just making him look bad. That's what I'm gonna say about that. It's not shining a good light on him. So so the internet was roasting her for that. More so Travis Hunter, because they said, hey, can't you read in between the lines? You was not her type. So now people are going to start thinking like, hey, he won the Heisman Trophy. He's about to go in the NFL, make big money. So she must be with him for some other reasons. Monetary reasons. Of course, that's what's going to go in everybody's mind. Because the thing is this. When you're on the outside looking in, that is how it's going to perceive to everybody else. Because if you make a statement such as he wasn't my type, I friend zone him and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden when he's signing the contract with the the NFL, he won the Heisman Trophy, so all of a sudden he piques your interest. What are people gonna think? What are people really gonna think? Obviously gonna think like, hey, you with this guy for his money. But when that came out, Travis Hunter, and I don't have the video on me, but Travis Hunter, he went online and say, hey, my woman buy me a vehicle too. She buy me a car. She does things for me. I live with her. So I guess to him that's a flex. So he's defending her tooth and nails. But listen, we all been in position where And a lot of us, not saying everybody, but a lot of us have been in positions where we head over heels with somebody. And it's either we ignore the signs that are red flags, or we overlook it. We don't notice it. But there's other people on the outside noticing these things. But it's you're just so knee deep, you're in deep. You're gonna ignore certain things. And this is not a hate video, but I'm gonna use this video as a teaching video. Because listen, we all have been young at one point. We had made foolish choices. We had made foolish decisions in life. So when you go through things in life, you have to learn from your mistakes. Or the best thing to do is take wise advice from people who have done it before you. So anyway, when he came to defend his girl about the things that she did, such as that statement she made, "You wasn't my type," and there was another video, I don't have it on me right now. There was a video where she didn't stand up to salute him when he won the Heisman Trophy. There's another one where they're on the field and she was arguing with him about something. There's another one where she's sitting down and she was pouting because he was taking pictures with the fans. So when people see these things, they're going to be criticisms. We may not know the whole full detail, but when you're in the limelight and these things are taking place, you're open for criticism regardless. So when you know the camera is on you, you got to know how to conduct yourself, how to carry yourself. And when she did that, it didn't paint a good picture on him. It did not paint a good picture on him, because now people are going to look at it as, you have this woman who don't really like you. She's only there probably more than likely to use you. She has a bad attitude. She is not going to be beneficial for you. And that's how people are going to perceive it. That's how it look. So when people are coming with their criticism and telling him things, he should really heed what's being said. Not that you're going to follow them, but at least pay attention to the signs. Because you, as the individual that's in it, you may not pay attention. Because sometimes our vision gets very cloudy. Because when we're in a situation, sometimes we only see it from a close-up range. Sometimes you have to pull yourself back so you could get a better picture, so you can see it in its entirety, you know. But he came out, he was backing up his woman. You know, any man that love his woman, if somebody's talking bad about her or saying derogatory things and whatnot, you know, it's very commendable for a man to stand up for his woman. I mean, I don't fault you in that. Back up your woman if you love your woman. But the thing is, you got to learn to take constructive criticism. I know there's people out there that's making fun of him. I mean, that's not cool, though. The guy is young. I mean, we all went through our stages in life. Sometimes we make foolish decisions. Sometimes we're blinded by what we call love, but it's actually maybe infatuation. Because when times get really hard, when times get really rough, can you really see yourself going the long distance with that individual? Well, he said he'd been with her for 5 years. He said he'd been with her for 5 years. So he may really have a genuine love for her. But the question remains, does she have that genuine love for him? She's young as well, but I think she's a little bit older than him, you know? And all I gotta say is, like, in that position that you're younger than her, you know, he may not be as mature. She may be a little bit more mature mentally, you know? And but he needs some guidance. That's what I'm gonna say. He really needs some guidance. And more than likely, he never really grew up with his father. It doesn't seem that way, to me at least. Me looking on the outside, because his mannerisms and he's acting a little bit too goofy around his woman. And typically women want a man that is more masculine, that has that type of frame that, yo, you're not, you know, nonsense. Not saying that you can't joke around every now and then, but he's a little on the goofy side, and that's no disrespect. But when y'all get older, you got to take life a little bit more serious, you know, and you want your woman to take you serious, because right now she's making him look bad. Honestly, she's making him look bad. But anyway, let me move on to the next video, where people were talking about how she was in an NBA player's DM. And as you can see right here, she was in this NBA player named, what's the dude's name? Yeah, Anthony Edwards. You see, with the hard eyes and the money tongue. This is while they're in a relationship, while she's in a relationship with Travis Hunter. So he came out defender, and then that thing I showed you when she sent a message to the NBA player, I've heard that she deleted it afterwards because he must have questioned her about that. But it was crazy. Then, let me see. I'm going to play this video. It never really went too viral, but I came across it on TikTok, where I guess she came over his family house. I don't know what type of relationship she had with his family, if it's like really tight knit. But this video is also telling, because if she said Travis Hunter is not her type, hear what she have to say about his brother. So this is pretty telling. And she's the one that's video recording it. So, me looking on the outside, she created a video. She talked about Travis Hunter brother, saying how he's so ugly. And when you see the brother looked very much like Travis Hunter himself. So if she can say that about the brother, she more than likely feel the same way for Travis Hunter. That's why initially he was not her type. So with that being said, when people see these things, hear these things, they're going to initially say, so if he's not your type, why are you with him? Excuse me, y'all. If he's not your type, why are you with him? I mean, it's really ironic that, hey, he's going to go to the NFL and, Yeah. Anyway, she had this video also where she was talking about she's Hispanic, she got tequila in her veins, and all of that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me call you back. Let me call you back. I'm creating a video. Do you hear me? All right, but I'm in the middle of creating a video, so let me call you back. All right. Yeah, so pardon me, y'all. Pardon me, sorry. So anyway, she had this other video where she's talking about she's Hispanic, she got tequila in her veins and whatnot. This video also did not put him in a good light. I'm telling you, sometimes women will say certain things that just make the man that she's with look really bad. And she'll just talk. She's giving herself away. I mean, sometimes you just gotta just shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't talk. You're gonna make the situation worse. And she made it worse. So this is what she had to say. Check it out.
I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila like in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink, and I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside like partying, and then take us home. Like he never tried to be like, oh, just because I drink, you can't drink, or you can't hang out with your friends, or you can't. I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila.
Yeah. So you hear that? He would drive her to parties and he'll stay in the car. And while she powering it for hours, hey, it is what it is, and this is what it led to.
About the wrong thing, but behind the scenes, this is what we be doing.
Copyright. All right. So there she in a car partying, singing or whatever. The voice that I hear did not sound like Travis Hunter at all. Sound like a next man. It sounded like a next man. And I guess this is what it led to. She was dressing like this for a Halloween party. And then this end up into this. So now the internet is roasting her. You can see right here, she's twerking on some other guy. Right here, she's hugged up with some rapper. You see that? So, I don't know. I guess this is the part where Travis Hunter was waiting in the car or something, but this ain't looking too right. So now that this came in, guess what? He had deactivated his social media after that. So, listen, if I was in his position, probably I would have done the same thing too. That is too much. That is too much for someone to take where everybody's talking about it. Everybody. I mean, it's crazy, sad, and that led up to the rapper creating a t-shirt. You see that? He got a t-shirt with her hugged up on him right there. That's the front of the t-shirt. The Heisman Trophy in the back of the t-shirt. Man, that is diabolical. That is diabolical. And I'm not trying to make fun of Travis Hunter. But if he ever come across my video, which I'm a very small time YouTuber, very small time, I just really hate to see he go down like this. And I hope this video can definitely encourage him in some shape, way, or form to like really become stronger as a man, a strong man that is that doesn't take nonsense, that can really stand 10 toes down and really not put a woman on a pedestal. Because from what I see and observe, he put her on a pedestal like she is his God. And you don't want to do that. Because now you're letting this woman get away with just anything and just making your name look bad. It's making your name look bad. And I'm not saying don't marry her if that's what your intentions are. But I want you to really evaluate it. I want you to look at the situation, because I'll never tell somebody to do something and that they just don't want to do. I'll never force anybody into something. I'll just make suggestions. But the suggestion I would say is hold off on it. Evaluate the relationship. See if it's worth going the long distance with. If it's gonna last. Does she really love you? Because right now she's making you look bad in the public eye. As a public figure. You know, your woman that you're with is supposed to make you look good. Supposed to make you look good. Supposed to put you first because you're her man. And a man is supposed to be the head. The woman is supposed to be the representation of you. So if she's making you look bad, now people are going to question who you are. They're going to question who you are. Do you know how to make good decisions? Are you a good decision maker? Are you a person of good character? Because if your woman is not a person of good character and carry herself in ways that is unseemly or unrighteous, that's going to make you look unrighteous. That's going to put a stain on your name. And now people are going to look at you as, yo, this is not a good man either. And he's a fool on top of that. You know, just like the story with, in the Bible with, what's that king? The king and and Jezebel. Even though he was the king, he's the lead, she was running it. And she made him make bad choices and bad decisions. Because he was so caught up and in love. He was in love with Jezebel. Yeah, King Abel. He was so in love with Jezebel. But because of the sin of Jezebel, she made the sin fall up on him too, to make choices and decisions that were not good. That were not good. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. That was my daughter calling, so I had to see what that was all about. So anyway, yeah, so how is she gonna make you look in the public? You know, so people definitely gonna judge off what they see, what they hear. And you being in the midst, sometimes you can't see clearly. You can't see clearly, you know? It's like looking at a book. Say you're looking at a book and you have the book all up in your face like this. You can't see all the words in the entirety. You're only going to see some of the letters, some of the words. But you're not seeing the whole picture. And I believe that's the situation that Travis Hunter is in. He can't see the whole picture. He don't know what nobody else is talking about because he knows his girl more than everybody else. That may be true. But the way she's making you look right now is not a good look. So yeah, that was wild with the t-shirt and everything. So here's the thing now. She came out with a video addressing these things that people are talking about. Let's see if this video is sincere or not. Check it out.
To be addressing all this stuff online because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not, but with a testimony without a test of faith. So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. but I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him.
Let me pause that for a second because I don't want to lose my train of thought. When she stated that, she said, oh, he wasn't my type because he was with another woman and she doesn't do home wrecking. Honestly, from my perspective and what I believe, that's BS. That's definitely BS. Because if you said you put him in the friend zone. First of all, if that was the case, you would have stated that from that video you was with him in. The video you was with him in. You would have stated that, no, Travis, he was with another girl, so I couldn't have. You clearly said he was not your type. A type is not, oh, because somebody else is in a relationship. You could still be physically attracted to somebody and they're in a relationship. You know how many women, they will still get with a man that's in a full-blown relationship and even, in fact, married. So that is nonsense. Right now, she's doing damage control. That's what it is. It's damage control. So I don't even buy that. And she's trying to clean things up to make him look better because right now, I know more than likely he's not in the right frame of mind. And when I say not in the right frame of mind, he's pissed at the internet right now. All these people coming after him, saying this, that, and joking around. I know psychologically that is going to be stressing you. It's going to be eating you up inside. And you may want to fight everybody. You may feel that way. But it's like in that case, it's like you're powerless. So right now she's trying to do some damage control. But I don't think people are going to really understand that. People not going to understand where she's coming from saying this. They're going to, like, yeah, right. Stop it. I think the less you say, the better. The less you say, you better, because this is not even helping him at all. This is not helping him. But let us continue.
He was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is...
I know she's not talking about how to honor God. When you talk about tequila in your veins, the clothes that you was wearing with that rapper, that was very scantily clad. And on top of that, if you really respect your man, why would you send a heart shape, the heart eye emoji with the money tongue sticking out? No. This is during the course of the relationship, and this was an NBA player talking about you don't care about the money or anything like that. That's BS. That is BS. Let's continue.
All the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my...
So she said, I gotta break this down. She said her type is not cheaters, guys who cheat on their girlfriend, right? And she said he was a cheater. So if the cheater is not your type, why are you with him? Why are you with him? As I said, the less you talk, the better. You're not cleaning this up in a good way. It's still, it just not making sense. It's not adding up. You said that a cheater is not your type, but yet under the same breath, you call him a cheater. So why entertain the cheater? Why get in a relationship with a cheater? Why wanting to marry a cheater? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Take that first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being, and that's why we're together, and that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders. So that I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him over the fence that we couldn't get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, and you can ask any of the family members who was actually there, they didn't want no one to storm the field. So they had thousands of security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down. Like, the family can come down. So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through. But they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So I was like, so when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen it. I had already congratulated him. We had already spoke, got on the field, and then I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody. And then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, you know what, like, celebrate. We took pictures. We were with our families, and then we went to his meet and greet, had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that. That was literally that. Nothing. It was not deeper than anyone made it out to be. And yeah. Next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want me to come with you? Because what y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social posts. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I never annoyed with fans. So that's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to stay here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the store. It's like a 4-story Adidas. So they're all doing that. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do I stay here? Do I come with you? Like, what? And he was like, you can do what you want. Like, you could sit there. You can go shop. You can come to the hotel. You can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy because it's not what happened. And I just think people are just finding every single little...
I'm going to say that's true. Sometimes people can take a clip out of context, and that's how it can perceive to an individual or the masses. So I give her that. There's certain things that people can take out of context. They're not sure. They weren't there to really see what or hear what was going on.
And try to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online. Okay, now the last thing, this actual Heisman ceremony. This is making me so mad because anyone who knows me knows I support Travis in every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. So, when his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there, and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was gonna do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime, and I knew they were gonna film that moment. And because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot, so I'm gonna sit down. So I tried to sit down, so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are gonna be, oh, why is she crying? Like, you know, stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him. But I wanted the moment to be about him and his family. And that's another thing. People are like, why did he sit next to her? Why was his mom? We had assigned seats. I didn't have a choice where I sat. They are obviously going to put someone and their partner together. So I had the seat right next to him because that was my assigned seats. I didn't have a choice. And then the hugging thing. Travis came and hugged me because he just went down the line. I was first in line, then his mom, then Coach Prime. He came straight to me first. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't have to tell him to do anything. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. But yeah, everyone is making this crazy narratives in their head. So I just wanted to clear it up. And that is the truth. That's what happens in all those videos. And I will not be addressing this again. I didn't want to address it, but here we are.
Yeah, but you didn't address the the thing with the rapper. But anyway, I'm not gonna come too hard on them like that. But they're a young couple. So I mean, we've been in positions where we with somebody and it's the birds and the bees and all of that, and you know, you're just so in love and whatnot. They say they've been together for 5 years. 5 years. I mean, I think that's a pretty good time in trying to get to know someone, and you're definitely gonna go through some things. You're definitely gonna go through some things within those years. Definitely. But there are signs there. There are definitely signs there where I believe Travis Hunter has to hold off on that marriage. He got to get to know his woman more. They have to be able to communicate more. There's certain things I believe he's still blinded by. He's not seeing what other people are seeing. And that's just really speaking from the outside because we don't know them personally. But the fact remains that she did not make him look good in the limelight. She did not make him look good at all. But I'm going to say this. Hey, I wish them the best. But he needs to use wisdom. He needs to move wisely. He needs to have some really good, if he doesn't already, have some good mentors in his life. Like men, like real men in his life, to be able to school him and show him the ropes and show him the way of, you know, growing into a manly man, you know, because, hey, you gotta leave that little goofy stuff out, you know. I mean, I see some things in him, it's just like, you could tell that he's been raised around women, a lot of women. And listen, that's how it was for my upbringing. I was around a lot of women. And my mother had to make a choice. It wasn't a tough choice, but it was a smart choice that she did. She made sure I go to an all men's camp. She made sure I had my uncles in my way, my uncle to be able to train me up and guide me. I had my father come in every now and then, but there was a part of my life I was surrounded by men to help toughen me up, because when I was growing up, I was adopting certain characteristics as such as a female, because when you grow up as a man, when you grow up a lot of female, you tend to have certain tendencies that women have, or do certain things that women do. You move different. You don't move like a man, like a manly man. So I believe that's the case with him, and he just needs some more male mentors to really guide him and really show him. I mean, listen, the fact that he got this far in life and to become an NFL star, he must have had somebody to at least lead him down that path, and that's a good thing. But he needs to continually have some good manly mentors in his life, because listen, as a man, no matter what status you have in life, a woman, like, you can't just have any woman in your life, because it could take just a woman to make everything fall apart in your life. A woman could literally tear apart everything, whether she provoke you to anger, that you may do some things that land you in jail, lose your career, your finances, either put you on child support, alimony and stuff like that. You want to make sure you move wisely as a man. You make smart choices in the people that you surround yourself with, man and woman, because you don't want to be around just any man, because there's other men that can lead you astray, lead you down the wrong path. But especially being in a relationship with a woman, you want to make sure, no matter the type of woman that she is, she may be a good woman, but you may be dealing with an evil woman as well. But no matter the type of woman that she is, and she's in your circle, in your life, never allow that woman to deter you on the path that you're heading, that you're going on, the righteous path. So if you have a career that you're working on, a business that you're working on, never let that woman make you lose focus. Because sometimes things can happen where women may be playing mind games or doing certain things that just take you off focus, make you lose focus, and where then you put your focus on her. And when you put your full focus on her, that could be detrimental to your career, to your livelihood. So you want to make the right choices in the woman that you involved yourself with. So hey, Travis Hunter, if you're hearing this message, and I'm not gonna bash you like everybody else or making fun of you, but I want you to really think about the choices that you're making with the woman that you want to be your wife. Y'all need to really sit down, have conversations, hear what people are saying, see how she's moving, and don't just listen to what a woman say to you. Really pay attention to her actions and ask yourself, does she benefit you in any kind of way? And I'm not talking about financially. You had mentioned in one of your videos that she bought you a vehicle, but that's superficial. That's superficial things. You got to look at the things that she does like really to improve, whether it be your image or do things to help you out, like when you have a hard day, or just do things like a wife is supposed to do, even though y'all not married right now. What does she does to benefit you? What does she do to benefit you? And I'm not talking buying you things. Like, listen, we could have a sugar mama that buys things, but it doesn't mean she's really good for you. She could just be using you for one reason or another. So you got to be careful of people who are users. How did they view you? How did they view you before you even get to the path of success? Did they really ride with you? Sometimes people know you're going to be successful, so they're going to cleave on to you and say, all right, I'm going to ride the wave. So you got to look at certain signs in an individual and see if they're real or not. Because sometimes people can be faking it. They could be showing you a face, but they two-faced it. You're not seeing the other side. So that's why I would say hold off on the marriage. Get to know the woman that you claim you know her very well because you've been with her for 5 years. Sometimes, hey, things happen in a relationship. You may believe you know this person because you've been with them X amount of years. Then after a while, when certain things take place, say for instance, more money start coming in. And sometimes there are individuals out there that when they get a certain amount of money, it may feed their ego. It may make them more hungry for money, or they may feel untouchable, whatever the case may be. You know? And if you put her in a position, say for instance, y'all did last 5 more years longer. Say that's the case. You made more money. Now, keep in mind, you wasn't her type to begin with. That's 1. 2, she wasn't an NBA player. She had the heart eyes emoji and the dollar tongue on a NBA player's profile. Keep that in mind. Now, who's to say that during that time, during your relationship, she was feeling unhappy? Because she knows how much you love her and that she can do no wrong in your eyes. Well, that's how you portray to be on social media. Like she can do no wrong. So, God forbid, she say, I'm unhappy. Who's to say that she wouldn't take you to court and just say, you know what, this marriage is not working, and file a divorce for what's that? I forgot the word. Unreconcilable differences. Yes, unreconcilable differences. Who's to say she wouldn't do that? So the thing as a man is, you have to really take in account a woman's past, because a woman's past can really determine her future or who she is today. So just pay attention to the signs. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say leave the girl. Sometimes we're not going to listen to other people because we're young. When we're that age, late teens, early 20s, sometimes, we feel like nobody can tell us anything. Nobody could tell us anything. That's why I say you need to have a strong male figure in your life. A mentor who's going to mean you well, that doesn't want to see your demise, but actually have a genuine love for you. So that's my message. Hey, I hope it encouraged you if you're listening to this video. And hey, from one brother to another, I wish you nothing but success. And God bless. Peace.